What if I told you that the life you're living right now could completely change because of one single decision? Not next year, not 5 years from now, but starting today. A decision so small that most people would ignore it. A decision that doesn't require money, connections, talent, or luck. Yet it has the power to transform a struggling person into a success story. The man in this story was broke, frustrated, and trapped in a life he hated. Every morning felt the same. Every paycheck disappeared before the month ended. Every dream he once had seemed impossible. But one night, he made a decision. Just one. And that decision set off a chain of events that completely changed his future. Years later, he would look back and realize that everything, his success, his freedom, his confidence, and his new life, started with that single moment. This is the incredible story of how one decision changed his entire life forever. One decision changed his entire life. Michael Carter stood alone in a nearly empty parking lot at 5:30 on a cold Monday morning. The city lights flickered in the distance while most people were still asleep. He sat inside his aging car, staring at the steering wheel and wondering how his life had ended up this way. At 34 years old, he felt stuck. Every month was a struggle. His paycheck disappeared almost as soon as it arrived. Bills piled up faster than he could pay them. The dreams he once had, financial freedom, traveling the world, owning a business, and creating a better life for his family, felt impossibly far away. Deep down, he believed that success belonged to other people, not someone like him. For years, Michael had followed the same routine. He woke up early, drove to the warehouse where he worked, spent 10 exhausting hours moving boxes and managing inventory, and then returned home too tired to think about anything else. The days blended together until weeks became months and months became years. Every New Year's Eve, he promised himself that things would change. Every year ended exactly the same way. The gap between the life he wanted and the life he lived seemed to grow larger with every passing day. The hardest part was not the physical work. Michael was strong and hardworking. The hardest part was the feeling that he was capable of more but had no idea how to reach it. He watched successful people online and wondered what made them different. Some owned businesses. Others traveled freely and seemed to enjoy lives filled with opportunity. Michael often convinced himself that they were simply luckier than he was. Maybe they had wealthy parents. Maybe they knew the right people. Maybe they were born with talents he didn't possess. These excuses protected him from disappointment, but they also prevented him from taking responsibility for his future. One evening after work, Michael stopped at a convenience store to buy a bottle of water. While standing in line, he noticed an elderly man holding a book with a title that immediately grabbed his attention. Your future depends on the decisions you make today. Michael stared at the cover for several seconds. Something about those words felt different. They were simple, yet they seemed to carry a deeper meaning. The elderly man noticed Michael looking at the book and smiled. Interesting title, isn't it? He said. Michael laughed quietly. Maybe. I don't know. I think my future was decided a long time ago. The old man raised an eyebrow. Really? And who decided it? Michael shrugged. Life, I guess. The man looked at him carefully before replying. Life presents circumstances. Decisions determine outcomes. Michael didn't know what to say. The old man continued. Most people spend years wishing for a better life. Very few decide to create one. Then he paid for his purchase and walked out of the store. The conversation lasted less than 2 minutes, but it stayed in Michael's mind all night. As he lay awake in bed staring at the ceiling, he replayed those words again and again. For the first time in years, he began questioning his beliefs. What if his circumstances weren't the real problem? What if his decisions were? What if the direction of his life had been shaped not by luck, but by thousands of small choices he made every day? Unable to sleep, Michael got out of bed and sat at his kitchen table. He opened a notebook that had been collecting dust in a drawer and wrote a question across the top of the page. What decision could change my life? He stared at the blank page for nearly an hour. Finally, he wrote a single sentence underneath. I will spend 2 hours every day learning a valuable skill. At first, the decision seemed insignificant. It didn't instantly solve his financial problems. It didn't eliminate his debt. It didn't transform his life overnight. But it changed something even more important. It changed his direction. Instead of spending every evening watching television and scrolling through social media, he began investing those hours in learning. The next morning, Michael woke up before sunrise and started researching digital marketing. The concepts were confusing at first. He encountered unfamiliar terminology, complicated strategies, and overwhelming amounts of information. There were moments when he felt completely lost. Many times he wanted to quit and return to his old routine. Yet every time he felt discouraged, he reminded himself of the commitment he had made. Day after day, he continued studying. While others slept, he learned. While others complained, he improved. While others waited for opportunities, he prepared himself to recognize them. The progress was slow, but it was real. Every week he understood a little more than he had the week before. Months passed, and Michael's confidence gradually increased. He began practicing his new skills by helping local businesses improve their online presence. At first, nobody wanted to hire him. He sent dozens of emails and received almost no responses. The rejection was painful. Some people ignored him completely. Others told him he lacked experience. Each rejection felt like proof that he was wasting his time. There were nights when he sat alone wondering whether he should give up. The old version of Michael would have quit immediately, but something inside him had changed. Instead of seeing rejection as failure, he started seeing it as part of the process. Every successful person he admired had faced obstacles. Why should his journey be any different? Eventually, a small local business owner agreed to hire him for a modest project. The payment was only $300. To many people, it would have seemed insignificant. To Michael, it felt like proof that his effort was beginning to pay off. He treated the project with extraordinary care. He worked late into the night, researched every detail, and delivered results beyond what the client expected. The client was impressed and referred him to another business owner. That client referred him to someone else. Slowly, opportunities began multiplying. What started as a single project turned into several. Then several became many. For the first time in years, Michael felt hopeful about his future. Within a year, he was earning more money from freelance work than from his warehouse job. This success presented him with another difficult decision. Should he leave the security of his steady paycheck and pursue his growing business full-time? The idea terrified him. His warehouse job provided stability. His business represented uncertainty. For weeks, he struggled with fear. He imagined every possible disaster. What if his clients disappeared? What if he failed? What if he lost everything he had worked so hard to build? The fear felt overwhelming. Yet beneath the fear was a powerful realization. Staying where he was would guarantee that his life remained the same. Taking the risk at least created the possibility of something better. One morning, Michael looked at himself in the bathroom mirror and asked a question that changed everything. 10 years from now, what will I regret more? Failing or never trying? The answer was immediate. He knew he would regret not trying. That afternoon, he submitted his resignation. Walking out of the warehouse for the final time was one of the most frightening moments of his life. It was also one of the most liberating. For years, he had dreamed about creating a different future. Now he was finally committing to it. The first year of business ownership was far from easy. Some months were successful. Others were difficult. Unexpected challenges appeared constantly. Clients came and went. Mistakes were made. Problems seemed endless. Yet every challenge taught him something valuable. Every setback strengthened his resilience. Every obstacle forced him to grow. As time passed, his business expanded beyond anything he had imagined. He hired contractors. Later, he hired employees. The company grew steadily, serving clients across the country. The same man who once believed success was impossible now found himself building the life he had only dreamed about. 5 years after that late-night decision at his kitchen table, Michael's life looked completely different. He had eliminated his debt. He owned a successful company. He traveled regularly. He helped support his family. Most importantly, he believed in himself again. People often asked him what secret had transformed his life. They expected him to reveal a special strategy, a hidden opportunity, or a lucky break. Instead, Michael always gave the same answer. My life changed because I made one decision. Most people assumed he meant quitting his job or starting a business, but that wasn't what he meant. The decision that changed everything happened long before those events. The real decision was choosing to take responsibility for his future. That single decision altered the course of his life. It changed how he spent his time. It changed how he viewed challenges. It changed how he responded to them. It changed the actions he took every day. Over time, those actions produced extraordinary results. Years later, Michael unexpectedly met the elderly man again in a bookstore. The man was sitting quietly in a chair, reading another person's book. Michael immediately recognized him. He approached and introduced himself. "You probably don't remember me," Michael said. "Years ago, you told me that decisions determine outcomes. Those words changed my life." The old man listened as Michael shared his story. When he finished, the man smiled. "I didn't change your life," he said gently. Michael looked surprised. The old man continued, "I only shared an idea. You were the one who acted on it." Those words revealed a truth Michael had learned through experience. Advice is everywhere. Motivation is everywhere. Opportunities are everywhere. The difference between success and failure often comes down to action. Many people wait for confidence before they begin. Successful people begin before they feel confident. Many people wait for perfect conditions. Successful people move forward despite imperfect conditions. Many people wait for certainty. Successful people learn to act even when uncertainty exists. As Michael drove home that evening, he reflected on how different his life might have been if he had ignored that conversation years earlier. He realized that most people underestimate the power of a single decision. They believe major transformations require dramatic events. In reality, life often changes because of one small choice repeated consistently over time. One decision to wake up earlier. One decision to learn a new skill. One decision to stop making excuses. One decision to take responsibility. One decision to keep moving forward despite fear. These decisions may appear small in the moment, but their impact compounds over years. They shape habits. Habits shape character. Character shapes destiny. Today, countless people are standing exactly where Michael once stood. They feel trapped. They feel discouraged. They believe their circumstances define them, yet their future remains unwritten. A different life may be only one decision away. The truth is simple but powerful. Your future is not determined by where you are today. It is determined by the decisions you make starting today. One decision can change your direction. A new direction can change your actions. New actions can change your results. And new results can completely transform your life. Because sometimes the difference between an ordinary life and an extraordinary one is not talent, luck, or opportunity. Sometimes it is just one decision. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Zenvoro Mind for more powerful motivational stories that can transform your mindset, your habits, and your future.